Here comes chaos. Are you ready, folks? Here we go. Moopy Mouse mops in Memphis, Tweepy Turtle tweets in Tucson, Gleepy Gopher gropes in Glenwood, Screepy Scorpion scrounges in Seattle, Bleepy Bedbug beeps in Beaverton, Creep, tormenting tarantulas downtown with Trevor the Toad and his 2-ton truck, which was actually a small van with a really fat man in the driver's seat. They had a really cool band that had a gig at the local pub and were doing pretty well for themselves. Their band name was the Tickled Toads, and the drummer's name was Brent, and he had a pretty bad stutter. And one time during the middle of their show at the bar, their singer, Trevor, stopped in the middle of a song to tell everyone in the audience about a time when Brent the drummer was angry that someone ate all the Ruffles potato chips. A bit tree is big and a place for gnomes to yell at whenever they lose their marbles over a poker game. There was an old legend of a lost city called Bidjit. Legend had it that Bidjit was a prosperous mining town with a large population of people of all races. It was said that a massive underground earthquake split the land between the north and the south and caused the sea to rush in and swallow the entire village, never to be seen again. The land between the north and the south became known as the Bidjit Swamps, and the only remains of the lost city could be found by following the sunken road to the center. A little fox named George played the balalaka in the Bahamas. If one were to look from the sky, you would see that the swamp is divided into 3 distinct sections. The north has a rocky terrain with very few trees and is surrounded by the mountain range, the Black Forest. The middle is filled with tall grasses and wildflowers with an occasional large tree. The south is where most of the action happens. The forest is thicker and has a variety of trees. The Bidjit Swamp is also home to a diverse ecosystem. Too bad there is nothing much else to talk about. Also, this Clark I call Callow likes to eat at the Bahama Bar and Grill. I'm not talking about the Bahama Breeze chain with their umbrella drinks. I mean the place where you walk up to the window and get served food on styrofoam. The guy in the paper called him an alleged drug dealer with ties to organized crime. I've seen Clark at Bahama Bar and Grill for a couple of years. He has a regular table on the sidewalk where he eats his burger, fries and slaw alone. He usually sits in a dark blue Mercedes, which is the kind of car the drug dealer with ties to the mob would drive, but there is always a space reserved for him by the time he arrives. There is only one time a year that Clark ever changes his eating habits. At this time, he takes his table inside the restaurant. You see,